We naturally want to live a long life, fit and healthy, right to the very end. We are suffering a modern epidemic of obesity, diabetes, heart attacks and dementia. Why? All these diseases have a common factor: the wrong fat in the wrong place. So why do we store fat? This epidemic is new. We never used to have a fat epidemic, so what has changed? We could say it is our modern food system, but before we start blaming all the fats and sugars in our modern diet, let's ask another question. Why did it not used to happen? Babies are born. They have seconds before they need to breathe. The midwife makes sure that happens, but after that we breathe automatically. Faster if we run up a flight of stairs, slower when asleep. We don't need pills or supplements or visit a doctor to control our breathing. Our bodies just manage this without us even thinking. This applies to so many things: temperature, heart rate, eating, etc. Breathing is simple. We just need air. But eating is complicated. We need thousands of different chemicals to keep our bodies working properly. Now we have the science of biochemistry with sophisticated machines like mass spectrometers and many very clever people to study the science of eating. How did we ever manage before? I've never heard of an archaeologist discovering ancient mass spectrometers when they examined ancient ruins, but they must have successfully bred or we'd not be here now. The earliest humanoids date back some million years, and modern man some 200,000 years. How did we manage to not just survive but become the dominant creature on Earth without all our modern technology? This is not a silly question. The answer tells us why, in our modern high-tech society, so many people get fat. The answer is that our bodies are very clever. Read about nutrition, and the scientists will talk about hormones like ghrelin and leptin, which regulates whether we are hungry or full. This is what I call the tank theory. You burn up calories and the tank empties. You eat to fill the tank up. But our bodies are much smarter than this. Somehow, and even with all our technology, we still don't know, but our bodies can detect if any critical nutrients are missing and send out hormones saying something is missing, which instructs us to eat more to fill that deficiency. I see this every time I dig my garden and sweat a lot. My body knows that I have lost a lot of mineral salts, so I have a craving for food that will replace those salts. Anyone who has wandered around the kitchen thinking, I fancy something, but I don't know what, has experienced this. Our bodies can sense deficit in our diets. Our modern diet is deficient in two important ways. It is deficient in the microbes and the fibre our gut needs, and it is deficient in phytonutrients, the living microbes in freshly picked plant food. Our bodies try and rectify this by creating food cravings, so we overeat and end up storing the wrong fat in the wrong place. We get fat and sick because of a deficit in our modern diet, not because we have suddenly turned into little piggies. The solution is so simple: eat gut-brain food. That is eating freshly picked plants that have been growing in living, that is biologically active soil full of nutrients. If we feel the deficiencies in our modern diet, we stop food cravings. We don't need diets that cut back on calories. We just have to listen to what our bodies are telling us and stop eating when it says, okay, that's enough. So simple, so effective. This is practical and inexpensive, far cheaper and more effective than taking pills. Find out more at gbioter.com and learn how to live a long and healthy life.